What's going on, guys? It's Tanuki Teddy here, and I got my man.
That's me, Holden.
As I hold my hand out here.
Okay, I thought he was pointing at me.
Awkward
situation.
Got my boy Holden here, and today we're gonna talk about a movie we just went to see. And what is that movie, sir?
Not The Amazing Spider-Man,
No,
but
God.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
So homecoming dance, getting the lady,
Lovely time.
good stuff.
Except I didn't go with anyone.
So I'm gonna first talk about Tom Holland.
Okay.
Casted as Spider-Man. Now, personally, I have this bar with Spider-Man movies. I was talking about this before. Personally, I loved Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. You've heard me talk about this a gazillion times.
Yes.
I was pissed when they cut him and then went with the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. I didn't like it because I wanted Spider-Man 4 because Spider-Man 3 wasn't quite done the way I wanted to. But that's just how it went. That's how Hollywood works, right? But Tom Holland, I thought, did an excellent job as Spider-Man. I know they're trying to go on a younger route with Spider-Man again. I thought overall he was good. What do you think?
I liked what they did. I thought the character choice was good. I thought it was odd, though, that they made him 15. I mean, he could definitely pull it off, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just didn't approve of the fact that they want to keep making Spider-Man younger for some reason.
That kind of irritates me. Like, with Tobey, they had it so he just graduated high school, and he was kind of moving on in life, so he was a really young adult. But Andrew Garfield was kind of, what was his age?
He was like a senior or something in high school?
Right, and you guys know how that went if you've seen those movies, but I hate how they're just trying to make him younger and younger, and I understand in the comics he was a young guy.
In some of them, yeah.
But there's different comics. You know, you have the ones with the Goblin gonna gobble your balls and stuff like that, crazy stuff. I don't know. There's different villains and stuff. But what about Michael Keaton?
Michael Keaton. Ooh, I thought that was probably one of the best acting, or one of the best actors in the movie.
Personally,
did a splendid job. Constant hand movements. He looked like he was engaged with the film. Looked like he just really was pissed off with life.
Yeah.
Having a gay old time while doing it.
I thought he did a really good job playing the villain. And I don't want to spoil anything yet because towards the end of this review we'll talk about spoilers.
Yeah.
Which, another comment I was going to make before we dive into the plot and stuff, something I didn't like, I didn't watch the trailers. I watched the first trailer for this movie, but you watched...
I watched all, what were there, like 8 of them?
Yeah, and tell me about it.
Okay, so personally, I watched all the trailers, as I said, and they gave away the entire plot of the story. I know there were a lot of repeats in the trailers, that usually happens, but they just gave away so much, and I thought, are they going to even save anything for the movie? I mean, I pretty much knew what was going to happen. I mean, I pretty much saw all the battle scenes and knew what was happening, and I could probably, honestly, if I took enough time, I could have pasted it in and seen, okay, this is where this is going to happen in the movie, and...
To me, that's not what trailers should be.
No.
I just think that more and more nowadays with movies, you're seeing it where they're revealing more and more about the movie.
Yeah.
And they give stuff, and sometimes it's misleading because, like with the movie Suicide Squad, they would throw in scenes that weren't even in the movie.
Yeah.
And I hate it when they do that too, but I hate it when they actually reveal stuff about the movie. I go into the movie, I'm like, what the hell is this? I already know this. I know the plot twist. I know...
I'm waiting for this scene to happen. I've
Right.
already seen it.
Yeah, so I just don't like that they did that. Like I said, I didn't see all the trailers because I knew they would do something like that, and it really, really disappoints me. But moving on, so if you're going to watch movies, just be careful of the trailers.
Especially if Marvel posts like 8 of them.
Absolutely. I was going to move on to Spider-Man. Something about him. So, something I didn't like about this movie. This isn't spoiling anything either, we'll let you know. But I don't like how Tony Stark seems to be orchestrating everything to do with Spider-Man now. Like in the original Spider-Man series, the trilogy with Tobey, he got bit by a spider, and he got powers, and he was figuring them out. Where with this, like, yes, Tom Holland, he's really athletic, he can jump, he has like super strength and stuff, but he doesn't have the web. He doesn't have his own web that he got from like being bit by a spider. So there's not. It's kind of like Batman, you know. He might be super strong and stuff, but
he doesn't have any real powers.
no, he doesn't have any real powers. So like in this movie, he gets a suit from Tony, and you know it's really powerful. Has a lot of technological advancements, kind of like the Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
But I just don't. That's something I miss. Like he has to make his own web juice and stuff to shoot webs in this movie. I just really didn't like that. I miss the whole. I was bit by a spider. You know, yeah. I am Spider-Man. That's what I like about the old movies. What do you think? Oh, and he can grab walls too. That's the thing he can do. But what's your take on that? I mean,
I like that his suit was technologically evolved.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was very cool.
It's awesome.
Gave the movie a lot more directions they could go.
And there was some humor too with the suit because it has a voice telling him what to do and stuff.
Yeah. But the whole idea of him having his own webs that he has to make,
I don't like it.
Yeah.
He makes it in lab at school or something. And
it just doesn't give you the same feeling.
Like, to me it's epic, you know? And Tobey went through a phase where he kind of lost his powers and stuff in the old movies because he had powers, you know? But now it's not so much that way, and I just don't like that as much. But I'm not knocking it as Tom being bad as Spider-Man because I thought he was very good. I just don't like how they set that up with his powers anymore.
I feel like Hollywood did this sort of thing, so if he did, so he is using his personal little creation of it, so he could run out to make it an intense movie plot area.
Yeah.
You know, have it occur in a scene. Oh, he ran out.
He ran
makes
out
it more
of
convenient.
Yeah.
Not just I have a power and all of a sudden, it kind of ran out randomly for a moment.
Right, because there is a scene in this movie where he loses some of his web power. That's not spoiling anything, but it's like he runs out of webs. It's like, oh crap. Oh, shit,
it makes
what do
it more
I do?
intense. Obviously.
Right, and if you have your own powers, well, you have forever web then, basically. I can see why they would do that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on to the plot, and we might spoil some things here about the movie. So turn it off if you don't want to hear anything spoiling it. If you haven't seen the movie, but if you have seen it, stick with us because we're going to talk about some things with the plot. I love the plot for the most part. I thought it was really good. I see how they fit Iron Man into it. But do you want to start with this? Because
sure. I liked the plot for the fact that they included Tony Stark because it made Spider-Man canon to the story now. Yeah. Now he is a part of the Marvel story.
He can be an Avenger now.
Yeah, unlike Garfield. You know, he really wasn't because you didn't have anything to really link him.
Same with Tobey.
Yeah.
So when they're trying to tie it all together, it makes sense. You get the young guy, Tom Holland, and then you integrate him into the Avengers with Iron Man, Captain America, etc.
Yeah. What else I liked about the story was that it kind of kept you going. There was always something new with it. He had kind of the same villain throughout the entire movie, so don't be expecting, just a random villain to appear out of nowhere. But
I hate it when they throw that. I like how what they did, they start out with Michael Keaton, and they're excavating all these powerful stones and gems, and I like how they build it up. Like, Michael Keaton is angry. He's angry about the higher up people.
Kicking him out of the construction.
Right, and how they rule the world. And kind of like, you take the Donald Trump, who's in charge of everything. I'm using him as an example as a businessman, okay? Not as president. But he already has a ton of money, all right? And he's coming in here and telling you, you can't harvest these anymore. We're taking over. It's all ours. Yeah, that would piss me off, being shut down like that. So he takes some of the gems and he makes weapons out of them and makes this really powerful suit. A vulture suit, I think, is what it's called. I don't know the actual name of the thing. But I liked how they built it up, like he's angry about something, and they made him just seem so badass throughout it. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that they gave the villain purpose rather than just, oh, I'm a random bad guy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go screw with some shit.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think that's where I had an issue with the Amazing Spider-Mans, you know, because you had the electric guy, you know, getting killed by eels or what.
Stupid
I
stuff.
hated that. I didn't like that at all. That's where with the original Spider-Mans, why I like this movie is because it's kind of like that. You know, you have the Goblin, but he gets mad. You know, he's
getting
mad.
kicked out of his corporation
Yeah.
and whatnot.
These guys come in saying, hey, this is your corporation, Oscorp. Screw you. You know? So he had something to be mad about. See, I like when they do that. I thought they did a very good job making Tom Holland seem inexperienced, you know, as Spider-Man, because he's young and new. I don't know. Some things just bothered me a little, like his friend. What was his friend's name?
Ned, was it?
Ned. I wasn't huge on Ned as a character. I'm not knocking the actor or anything. I didn't like him
He
a
was
lot.
kind of a pointless character. They had him in there for the plot towards the end.
Right, yeah.
But other than that, I thought he was
he was really
unnecessary.
smart, and that's another thing I like about Tom. They portray him as really smart Spider-Man, and he hangs out with smart friends, and like, I just think that adds another thing to it, making Spider-Man really smart, and he can hack into things.
Yeah.
Like, there's a part in the movie where he was chasing after the Vulture, and he falls in this truck, gets knocked out, and he's in this security base for the U.S. government, and he has to hack his way out. I thought that was a really funny scene, and he's smart. I don't know. What was your favorite scene in the movie, though?
Oh, jeez. I can't even say. I don't have one specific favorite part. I enjoyed the homecoming dance.
Oh, yeah.
Such a funny scene. He's going into the homecoming dance and all of his friends are waving at him, and then you have Zendaya in the background going.
Yeah. And I'm assuming she's going to turn out to be Spider-Man's lover eventually or something like that. Spoiler, ooh, because she has the initials MJ. Her name's Michelle. But the person we were led on to believe that Spider-Man liked, Liz, actually doesn't turn out to be the girl for him. At least at the end, from what I could tell, because she has to move away. Spoiler, the best plot twist in the movie, Liz, the guy that Spider-Man has this huge crush on, her dad is actually Michael Keaton, the bad guy. And that for me, I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah, that was an M. Night twist. I honestly did not see it coming. I mean, I wasn't even expecting it either.
It really shocked me. He finally gets the balls to Tom, or Spider-Man, Peter. He finally gets the balls to go and say, Liz, let's go to the dance. You want to go to the dance? And she says yes, because she kind of likes him, because he's smart. He's cute Spider-Man, Peter Parker. And she says yes, and he goes to the door to get her for the dance, and here it is. It's Michael Keaton, the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, and Peter's like, oh, shit. I did not see that one coming at all, because I think part of it, too, is you don't see it, you're kind of blindsided because the bad guy's white, okay? He asks Liz, she's African American. I didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
And, you know, Michael Keaton's character is married to an African American woman, so I didn't see it at all coming. I just blindsided me, and I was like, holy crap. But let's move on a little more. I want to get to the final battle scene. You can start with this one. I'm not quite sure how you felt about it. I wasn't huge on it, but
the final battle, it kind of wrapped up the story, but I didn't feel satisfied with it.
No, neither did I.
I didn't feel like it was a grand finale. You know, usually movies like to end it with something badass.
Absolutely.
That just it really didn't take the cake for me.
Yeah.
I'm not dissing the movie.
No,
I'm just
I
saying
like
it
the
could have
movie.
been. Yeah, could have been better. Another thing I didn't enjoy was the camera angles.
I wasn't big either because it felt like they were cutting around too much, and it was kind of hard to tell sometimes what was happening
Yeah,
with the battle itself. I don't know. I just had that issue. Maybe it was because we had bad seats too.
possibly.
But at the same time, I thought they.
Just you have to give the camera angle a few seconds. They were just changing it back and forth within like 3 milliseconds, and I just was
Yeah.
confused sometimes. Like, what is happening?
I wasn't huge on that.
Yeah.
Personally, my big gripe with it, the whole final battle thing was, well, you have the plane, okay? It's for the Avengers. It's transporting all this stuff. Like you have the cores for Iron Man, you know, his heart.
Yeah,
And
Thor's belt.
You had all these different things for the Avengers, all
Yeah.
these crucial items. And it's on this plane being transported because the Avengers are moving their base upstate.
Mm-hmm.
And what I didn't like is what they did was the plane. There was no security. I mean, yeah, there was some security, like with the shield
Technological
and
stuff.
Technological,
There was
but
no one on board.
autopilot. What the heck? Iron Man's not even watching over the. Where are you, Robert?
Yeah, no one knows.
I didn't know. That's something I didn't like. So you have Spider-Man, and he had gotten his suit taken away from Tony Stark. Spoiler again, because he kind of disobeyed Tony Stark and took away the tracking device. Was using the suit inappropriately, the way he didn't want him to. So he had to use this makeshift suit for the battle on the plane. Which, I mean, that was fine. He's got to earn his colors. I get that. But I just didn't like the whole thing. Like, nobody knew that this battle was happening. Iron Man, nobody. Iron Man can butt his head in on a different battle where the bad guys are on a ship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere and swoops in. It's like, hey, you know, you disobeyed me, Peter. You know, I need the suit back and all this. But all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you know, his own plane, Avenger plane, is being attacked, and nobody knows, nobody cares. I don't know. I just
Nobody's
didn't.
there to-
I didn't like that personally. I don't. Do you have anything to add to that? I mean,
That interesting plot? No.
no. Plot-wise, though, I'm not trying to sit here and be negative about the whole thing. I thought they did an excellent job with the villain. Like I said, building him up. I like Tom a lot. I didn't care for Andrew Garfield. Some of you may have, but I was a huge Tobey fan. So to come in and replace Tobey Maguire is hard to do for me. It was very hard for me because I wanted another Tobey movie. But I think Tom did a very good job. I didn't like how they introduced him in the other movie. What was the movie? Can't even think of it.
Civil War.
Civil War, Captain America Civil War. I didn't like how they introduced him there because he came off kind of as this
Cocky little boy.
cocky little shit coming in like, oh, I'm
With a
Spider-Man,
bunch of stupid lines.
which I didn't care for.
Yeah.
But this movie really built upon him as a character. He had some moments of weakness. He has to grow as a character, and I think when you build a character in a movie, you know, you grow with the character.
Mm.
You know, that's kind of like why I like Tobey so much. You know, he graduates from high school. You know, you go through this journey. You know, gonna get married to Mary Jane. So I'm looking forward to see more Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland. What would you say?
I liked the movie. I hope with the next movie they maybe take it a bit more seriously.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of humor and a lot
Too
of
much
yeah. Sometimes in some of the serious scenes they would still add humor in anyway, and I thought, you know, we're kind of doing something serious here. Can we just stop pepping with
Right,
this?
and I was surprised. That's one more thing I want to say. I was surprised at the stuff they threw into a
Oh,
kids movie.
yeah.
Like they said something. What did they say? What the hell? Which isn't a huge deal,
No.
but like the dance. Okay, with Ned.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
explain this one.
So Ned is helping out Peter Parker, and he's in the library on a computer, and a teacher asks, "Oh, why are you in here?" And he replies with, Looking up porn.
What is
Exactly
that
like
in a
that.
Spider-Man movie? Like the word porn in a Spider-Man movie. You know, that would just blows my mind.
Yeah,
I did not
And
see
then to tease Peter Parker, they call him Penis Parker.
Penis Parker. Like
And they say it several times
very,
throughout the movie.
it's Penis Parker. Like
Yeah.
there's a part where they chant it. I'm like, this is crazy. Like for a Spider-Man movie, like I know you can have it very in depth and violent, but I'm like porn. Like as a kid, like my little nephew, I can see him sitting there and then asking me, "What's porn? What's that?" You know, because kids are curious. Like they don't know what that means. A lot of kids, but I guess that's how it is. And I'm not sitting here saying that I don't watch a lot of violent rated R movies,
Yeah.
but it just surprised me for.
Yeah, it surprised us to see it. We thought it was hilarious.
I laughed, and kids might not even catch that, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And there were just a few swear words thrown around that surprised me for a Spider-Man movie. That was all. But as a whole, very good movie. Good plot, good villain. I had good setup.
Yep.
Despite all my little gripes, on the Tanuki scale,
Tanuki scale.
out of 10, what would you rate it, Holden? Out of 10,
8.5.
8.5? I would give it an 8.5 as well, honestly. I thought it was a very, very good movie. There were a few things they could have changed, but as a whole, I like Spider-Man Homecoming, and I would recommend you go see it so you can get your own opinion on it if you haven't seen it already. And you watch through all the spoilers. I know you naughty kids wanting to know all the information.
Yeah, especially those ending credits.
Oh.
You gotta save for the
Oh,
very last
yeah.
ending credit scene.
Captain America. Oh, he also makes some appearances in the movie too that are pretty
Oh,
funny.
that, yeah.
He has some funny cameos like on TV and stuff, but
A lot of comedy.
that's something I did like a lot. So, good movie as a whole.
I really enjoyed this
And-
remake, this reboot.
Go check out Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. This is Tanuki Teddy with his man Holden. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.